All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a brand new AI image model from Google that is making some serious waves. It's called Nano, and you've got to hear about this because it could totally change the game for anyone making content online.
Let's just start with this massive claim from entrepreneur Greg Eisenberg. He's calling it the best image model to ever exist. That is a huge statement, right? But honestly, after you see what this thing can do, you might actually agree with him. This isn't just hype. We're talking about a tool that could completely change how we create everything from social media posts to full-blown professional ads.
So what is Nano really? Let's get into what it actually does and figure out why everybody is getting so excited about it. Okay, so here's the deal. At its heart, Nano lets you create and edit images just by typing what you want. You can generate new images, place products in a scene, keep your characters looking consistent from one picture to the next, all with simple text. The best way to think about it, and this really nails it, is that it's like having all the power of Photoshop, but you never have to touch a single complicated tool. You just talk to it in plain English. And this really is a massive shift in how creative work gets done. You know the old way, right? It was slow, it was expensive, you had to hire a designer, deal with complicated software, and go back and forth with endless revisions. Nano just flips that whole process on its head. It puts you in charge, making edits instant and super affordable, with just a few words. And when I say affordable, I mean, get this, it's about 4 cents to generate an image. To put that in perspective, you could create 1,000 different images for around $40. That incredibly low price means you can just go wild with experiments, try a million different ideas, and create tons of content without ever having to worry about the cost.
So you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but how do I actually use it? Well, the good news is there's a really clear path with 3 different levels, so you can jump right in no matter what your skill level is.
You can start at 3 different levels. The easiest way to get going is just a simple chat interface. You literally just type what you want, and it happens. If you need something a little more specific, you can move on to pre-built apps in Google's AI Studio. But the real power, where things get wild, is level 3. It's called vibe coding, and it lets you build your own custom software with a single prompt, perfectly designed for whatever you need to do. All right, enough theory. Seeing is believing, right? Let's actually look at what this thing can do with some incredible examples that really show off just how powerful it is. First up, let's tackle a classic marketing challenge, turning a boring product photo into a really cool ad. For this demo, we're starting with just a clean, simple picture of the Google Pixel phone. And then, with just one simple prompt, boom, Nano takes that phone and drops it perfectly into a super realistic Subway ad. This is the kind of professional-looking creative that major brands pay agencies thousands and thousands of dollars to make. But it gets even more creative. With a prompt for an urban mural ad, it generates this awesome, edgy image. It feels really authentic. It's the perfect kind of thing to stop someone scrolling on social media, and you could even use it to brainstorm a real-world marketing campaign. And if that wasn't enough, get this. The model doesn't just make the picture, it can actually come up with its own marketing slogans to go with it. In one of the demos, it came up with, "Crafted for tomorrow, inspired by you." That's a pretty solid tagline for a luxury ad.
Okay, another huge use case is creating consistent, on-brand content. This is a massive time saver for any brand or creator who needs a constant stream of visuals for their social media channels.
And this is exactly what Greg Eisenberg was talking about. This changes everything. Before, if you wanted high-quality, on-brand images, you had to find a designer who is a wizard with Photoshop. Now, that power is literally in your hands. You can keep your brand style totally consistent across all your content, all by yourself. And finally, let's look at a feature that is, and I'm not exaggerating, truly mind-blowing. It shows a level of intelligence and contextual understanding that is just on another level.
Okay, follow this, because it's nuts. First, you have a normal photo of 2 people in a library. Second, you have that AI-generated mural ad we saw a minute ago. Now, when you just drag the mural ad onto the library picture, the AI does something incredible. It doesn't just paste the ad in there. It completely ignores the mural, the car, the bus stop. It intelligently identifies the product, the Pixel phone, pulls it out of the ad, and then places it perfectly and realistically on the small table between the 2 people. That is not just editing, that is understanding.
So the big question is, what does all of this crazy technology mean for you? Why should you be paying attention to this right now? Well, it's all about getting a serious competitive advantage.
So if you want to get ahead of the curve, you need to know how to use it right. Logan Kilpatrick from Google's AI team shared some key tips. First, be as precise as you can. It's way better to make a bunch of small, step-by-step edits instead of trying to do everything in one giant command. And here's the best part, the quality never gets worse, so you can just keep tweaking and editing and iterating as much as you want until it's absolutely perfect.
And here's exactly why you should jump on this now. According to Logan, the number of people who even know this exists, let alone are building with it, is tiny. This is a massive, massive opportunity. The tools are so new and so powerful that they will, in his words, blow the average person's mind. If you get in early, you have a huge first-mover advantage to create things that no one has ever seen before.
And that really brings us to the final point. This incredible tech isn't some sci-fi concept for the future. It is available in Google's AI Studio for free right now. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create first?